3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Mijke from Austria, Europe, and I'm on my mission to smash stereotypes.
And I'm Banks Helfrich from Florida, United States, and I'm here to attempt to answer your questions. Ooh, the music plays through.
Hello, Banks!
Oh, yes. All right. Do you want to begin? Because you got the question, right? You want to begin?
Yeah.
We're recording. So let's see, 46, 56, 61.
You ready? We're ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, Banks!
Hello, Mijke. Hello, Nika. Good to see you again. It's been a week. Yeah. Go ahead.
So, for today, we have a dog.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a dog in the picture. Not planned like that. So, I can't breathe.
Nika likes you.
For today, we have, wow, it's going deep, it's going deep. We have a message, we got a message from AURORA in Italy. Italy, hello to Italy.
Hello, buongiorno.
Our neighbors. AURORA says, dear late life love people. So we say that in Europe like that, yeah, that's okay. I had some dates during the breaks in the pandemic restrictions, and I met a boy who is really nice. A boy, I think she's younger than we are, Banks. Or yeah, she met the boy, and she met him several times, and since then he always texts her. He loves her, but she's not ready yet to go into a relationship, or they are in lockdown again or something like that, with a lot of restrictions. They can meet, and she doesn't want to meet him, and she's annoyed by him texting him 10 times a day, I love you. So what a problem, Banks. Thank you, AURORA.
Thank you, AURORA. That was great. Wow. Mijke, you want to try to answer that one?
Oh, I'll let you first.
All right. AURORA, thank you so much for sending us that question. Wow. So you met him during the pandemic. That's wow. I mean, that's very unusual. I mean, nowadays during the pandemic, you don't really meet people. For me, the only way I meet people is if I bump into them out in the world. I'm out in the world less. And when I am out in the world, I make sure it's a controlled environment. So my environments have gotten smaller. So AURORA, by meeting this gentleman, or by dating this gentleman, this is unusual. I think though the point is that you want to be friends with him, and he's coming on a little strong because he's texting you 10 times a day, and he's also saying I love you, and you're not ready for that. My suggestion would be create your boundaries. Talk to him. Say, hey, I like you. I don't want 10 texts a day. How about if we just maybe text 5 times a day or 6 times a day, or whatever the number that you're comfortable with. And also let him know that saying I love you, you're not ready for that yet. Now, the other thing, AURORA, that I think you should keep in mind is that, I feel that when he says I love you, that's his feelings, and people decide who they want to love. So if you feel bad, or you feel like you cannot reciprocate that love, that I love you to him, you must understand that is his thing. That is his issue that he is dealing with. And accept his love, because here's the thing. we get to decide who we love. Others, we don't decide who loves us. So there's my 2 cents. Mijke, you're up.
Yeah, Aurora, on the one hand, I would say, oh, how amazing. And yeah, at the first glance, it sounds so lovely. But there is also some trouble and some danger in it, because it really sounds a little bit too much for me. And I know you Italians are very passionate, and you're a lot more in declaring your feelings, like we know the people are, or I think the Americans are a little bit somewhere in the middle of us. Depends on their nationality or on their roots, yeah, or on their ethnics or on their society. Yeah, maybe this boy is so much in love that he doesn't know what he does. That would be a reason, so that he is just he sees so much hearts in the sky that he really has lost his feeling of yeah, not annoying you, or being polite, or being a little bit slower with all this. Maybe the horses are running away with him. That's one possibility, but yeah, we can't say that from far away. I would say, if he is in love like that, he will wait for you when we have new restrictions and new troubles here. But if the love is real, he will yeah, he will wait for half a year, or maybe 7-8 months. And if he is still in the same feeling, yeah, you can date again, and you can talk about it. And meanwhile, maybe, yeah, you put the phone on silent, or yeah, you give him a hint, or you, as Banks said, set your boundaries. If he's really crazy, and if you don't like him at all, stop it. So it depends on your feelings for him. I know after 3 or 4 pandemic dates, so it's a little bit of pressure on us to, oh, we met somebody and we go out, and yeah, so it's not enough time feeling, and all this. Maybe there is on both on you a little bit too much pressure. So maybe for him, finding his dream girl, for you wanting more time, or needing more time, more experience, more natural surroundings, your all the things that yeah, we don't have at the moment. Maybe you can have a phone call with him and explain, or a Zoom like Banks and I do. So you meet on a Zoom call and explain all the things that arise in your, yeah, in your maybe your doubts. That's all that I would recommend if you are not sure if you would fall in love with him or not. If you are quite sure that he's not the one, and that he is really, yeah, it was just, yeah, you dated during the short breaks of the lockdowns, and then you thought, okay, that was it, and then please tell him the truth, and tell him that he has the chance to send his 10 heart I love you texts to another girl.
There you go. There you go. Aurora, this is something I want you to know. I don't know if you know this or not. Mijke and I met right pre-pandemic, physically, and then we proceeded to have a friendship through Zoom, through conversations and all. At one moment, I never fell in love with Mijke. Mijke, did you fall in love with me during this whole process? Um, we did explore a friendship, and this friendship has gotten to the point where we are right now, where we talk freely about different things, and we're friends, correct, Micah? I guess we're friends. Yeah. Um, and it only came about during our talking, discussing, listening to each other. Every week we would get together on Zoom and just talk about our lives. At a moment there was a I'll say it, infatuation that I had for you, Micah. And Micah was very blunt and very open and honest with me and said, thanks, I just want you as a friend. And I was like, okay. So that's how kind of we evolved. I do notice, and something, this one I want to ask you, Micah, do you notice that now during the pandemic, people are more, they're itching to jump into like a love affair or a romance? Because talking with friends of mine, I see that like men or women are calling up, old lovers and saying, oh, I miss you. I love you. I want you. Micah, take that.
Yeah, and the worst of all, today I drove to a meeting, and in the car sometimes I switch on the radio, and I heard something like, "Oh, this all this frustrating stuff for single people during lockdown, and all this troubles single people approach." And so I turned a little bit loud. I turned on the volume because I was interested. What are they talking about? Yeah? And then this was so crazy that it drove me mad a little bit. Yeah, because it was a short reportage about um, the increase of pets. So all the shelters reported an increase of people, 180% increase in the last month. The single people want to have a pet, and I thought, whoa, shit, that's the wrong reason. And also I got Nika, but for me it was just another pet from the shelter. She was abandoned, and I always have dogs like that because, yeah, for me it makes more sense to give a home to somebody who lost his home. So, but this radio thing was about people are more into pets now. And for me, it was shocking because it was really like, as you say, people call old friends, or people search in their college books and look at the phone. Oh, he was nice. Oh, I should maybe he remembers or something. That's weird. Yeah, that's
it might be a little weird. However, look at what's going on, Micah. We are alone now. You are alone. I am alone. I mean, I do. I mean, where I live in Florida, I can social distance and meet my friends and hang out. Overall, we are in our houses alone. And by being alone, I don't want to say it's desperate. I think we get to the point where we we're looking at our old yearbooks and we see that girl. Oh, look at Micah. She was so beautiful in high school. I wonder what she's doing now. Look up Micah. Find her on Facebook, friend her. Micah, remember me? I was that boy that sat behind you in chemistry class and, tapped you on the shoulder when I needed an answer. And I'm just making that up because Mike and I never went to school together. The point I'm saying is we are alone and we are looking for others so that we don't feel alone. We don't feel lonely. And there's a differentiation between the two of those. Micah, what are the differentiation? What is the differentiation between alone and loneliness, or being lonely?
Being lonely is a feeling. Being alone is just a physical state. So there is nobody, no human around. And feeling lonely is the feeling or the need of a tribe and of a, that's also feeling lonely is also yeah, a very ancient heritage we have in our brain. So in the old times, Ice Age and before, we were lost without the tribe. So we were that. We did everything to please the tribe, not to get cut off or to be put out. So we did everything to be in the pack. And this is outdated now, and yeah, many people live alone and don't experience loneliness. Loneliness is this needy feeling uh, of a must have somebody around for not feeling lost, and that's what people yeah, experienced in the last 10 months. And I think that is a good possibility to overcome that kind of thinking. I mean, it's important to connect, and as Banks and I do, but that doesn't mean you have to be in a relationship or start a romance or something. So nowadays you can have your digital connection around the world, as I have, or I build more and more, because I love to talk to somebody from Australia. I have a friend in Australia. She was 2 years in Austria long time ago, and she has already 2 kids, and I'm still connected with her and see the kids grow, and that's a technical thing. And I know when she next time comes up from down under, she will visit me, or when I go to Australia, I will visit her, that's for sure. So that is a kind of deep connection and friendship. I saw the videos of her marriage. I see the children. Yeah, the boys already. Yeah, it's really big. And when she was here, she had a fiance, and she was a young girl. So time went by, and a digital relationship, yeah, can support a friendship you made in real life a long time ago. So, and all this has nothing to do with pandemic or restrictions, because we just stayed connected and we are in contact. And yeah, people who didn't have that before are now struggling a little bit with building up all this digital stuff. And sometimes I think they go into that trap of dating online and yeah, trying to find somebody they have not a real life connection with, yeah, to interpret something more into that contact than it would be in real life, or than it really is.
Right.
For me, that is a very dangerous thought construction, because if you start to depend on that, like Aurora tells us, her friend now, when he has no, or the boy she met has no possibility to see her, all his wish to see her increases like crazy, and that makes him yeah, behave a little bit weird already for her. So it's not fun or nice anymore for her, the experience. And yeah, that can happen when you stay in a digital relationship, because
well, Michael, we're almost out of time, and I'm gonna share one more thing with Aurora. Aurora, something I learned from Mijke at the beginning, and that was a romance begins with a friendship, and you have a friendship, and you work on that friendship, and then that will, if it does or if it doesn't, go into something that could be possibly intimate. So my suggestion is become friends like Mijke and myself, and then who knows what's going to happen. Mijke, you have the last word.
Yeah, I think that's the best advice. Start with a friendship, and it's okay when your best friend tells you he loves you, because it's in a different energy, and you don't feel so stressed by it. I have some female friends who text me, "I love you so much," and for me it is no stress, because I know from which energy it comes. Yeah, and maybe you start like that, and let this man woman thing a little bit behind, and if you don't like him at all, cut. So what does Thanks say? Guess what? Time is up.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to end with this. Mijke, I love you. There you go. See you. Bye. Bye.